on the 1st of May 2026. That's less than 4 days from today. The biggest change to renting law in over 30 years comes into force. The Renters' Rights Act. Section 21 evictions, gone. Fixed-term tenancies, gone. And if you're a landlord who's been sitting on the fence about service accommodation, this is the moment that pushes you off it. But here's what nobody's telling you. If you already run an Airbnb business, this affects you as well. And if you don't understand how, you're gonna get caught out. So let me break down the whole thing right now for you in this video. Let's keep this simple because I've seen a lot of people overcomplicating this. The Renters' Rights Act. It was officially passed into law last year, but it takes effect on the 1st of May 2026. Here is exactly what it does. Number 1, Section 21 no-fault evictions are abolished. If you're a landlord, you can no longer just hand your tenant a 2-month notice and then tell them, to leave without giving a reason. That's done. Finished. Finito. Number 2, all assured shorthold tenancies become periodic. That means there are no more fixed terms. A tenant moves in and the tenancy rolls on month to month from day 1. The tenant can leave with 2 months notice whenever they want. The landlord, you need a valid ground under Section 8 and the bar is way higher now. Number 3, rental bidding wars are banned. You cannot ask tenants to offer above the advertised price anymore. You set a price, that's the price. And number 4, the government has allocated £40 million to local councils specifically for enforcement. This isn't just words on paper. They're funding people to make sure landlords comply. And here's one that a lot of people have missed. If you have existing tenants, landlords, listen closely. You are required to serve them an information leaflet, which is a prescribed document by the 31st of May 2026. And if you miss that deadline, you are in breach. So that's the landscape right now. Now, let me tell you what it actually means. Because the legislation is one thing, the real world impact is something else entirely. I get DMs, I get emails. So let's start with traditional landlords because I speak to a lot of you. I get DMs, I get emails. Ibrahim, should I switch to Airbnb? Till now, I've always just said it depends on your situation, but this act changes that calculation. If you're a buy-to-let landlord right now, here's your new reality. You can't easily remove a problem tenant anymore. If someone stops paying rent, yes, you can use Section 8 grounds, but the process is way slower. Like the courts are already backed up. The average possession claim right now is taking up to 12 months to get through. And now you've lost the fastest tool. Like you can't incentivize higher paying tenants through bidding anymore. Like your rental income is capped at whatever you advertise. And with periodic tenancies, your tenant can leave at any point with 2 months notice. So your income is also less predictable. Like your control is reduced and your risk is way higher. Now look, I'm not saying buy-to-let is dead. It's not. But the margins just got thinner and the headaches way bigger. Now, if you're already running a service accommodation business, you might be thinking to yourself, this doesn't affect me. Like, I don't have ASTs. What's this going to do with me? I don't have long-term tenants. And technically, you are correct. Yes, short-term lets and service accommodation does not fall under the Rental Rights Act in the same way. But here's where it gets interesting. And this is the bit that most people are missing. The first knock-on effect. Supply squeeze, right? Some landlords, the ones who are tired, the ones who can't be bothered with the new rules, they're gonna sell up. And we're already seeing it. When landlords exit, rental supply drops. When rental supply drops, rents go up. And when rents go up, more tenants will need alternatives in the meantime. Some of those alternatives, short-term lets and Airbnbs. That means more demand for your Airbnb units. The second knock-on effect, more landlords are entering the space right now. Like this is a double-edged sword because on one hand, the market gets more competitive. There's more listings, there's more operators. But on the other hand, most of those landlords have no idea what they're doing when it comes to service accommodation. Like, they're gonna list a property on Airbnb with terrible photos, no pricing strategy, and then wonder why they're getting 0 bookings. If you know what you're doing, and if you're watching this channel, and you should, then that competition doesn't actually worry you at all. Now here's the third knock-on effect, council enforcement. That £40 million isn't just for chasing rogue landlords. Councils are looking at the whole rental ecosystem way closer. If you're running a service accommodation without the right planning permission, evictions, without the right insurance, without declaring it properly, that enforcement project could come knocking on your door as well. The days of flying under the radar, they're numbered. So whether you're a landlord watching this and thinking about making the switch, or you're an existing operator thinking you're safe, you both need a plan. Now, look, I could sit here and be doom and gloom about all of it, but that's not what I do. That's not why you guys come here, right? I look at legislation like this and I ask myself one question: where is the opportunity? And there's a massive one here. Let me just paint a picture for you. I started building my Airbnb portfolio when everyone told me, Ibrahim, the market is saturated. Too many Airbnbs, they said. The councils are cracking down. That's what everyone was saying. And you know what? Some of that was true, but I focused on doing it properly, legal, compliant, guest experience dialed in, and it worked. This act is going to create a wave of landlords who are desperate for a better model. They've got properties, they've got mortgages to pay, and suddenly the buy-to-let strategy is starting to feel a lot riskier than it did 6 months ago. That's your opportunity. Whether you're one of those landlords or whether you're someone who can actually help those landlords transition, here's why service accommodation makes more sense now than it did before this act. Number one, control. With service accommodation, you control the booking, you control the pricing, you control who stays in your property and for how long. No periodic tenancy headaches, and there's no Section 8 proceedings. A guest books for 3 nights, they stay for 3 nights, they leave. You clean the property, the next guest arrives. That's it. And number two, income. A well-run Airbnb unit in a decent location can generate 2 to 3 times the income of a traditional let. I've shown this on this channel multiple times. The gap between normal rental income and Airbnb income is only going to widen, now that landlords can't even push their rents up through bidding anymore. Now, point number 3, flexibility. If the market shifts, if regulations change again, if you want to use the property yourself for a period, you can. You're not locked into a tenancy that you can't end without going through the courts. But, and I always give you guys the honest picture here, this only works if you do it right. A landlord who just panics and throws their property on Airbnb with zero strategy is going to fail. They're going to get poor reviews, inconsistent bookings, and then they're going to blame the platforms, right? So instead of blaming their lack of preparation, it's because the platform, this Airbnb stuff doesn't work. The landlords who win in this transition are the ones who treat Airbnb as a business, not a side hustle. Proper pricing strategy, professional photography, guest communication systems dialed in. They have cleaning teams. Compliance is sorted from day one. That's the difference, and that's exactly what I teach. All right, so look, let's get practical now. Whether you're a landlord thinking about making the switch or you're an existing operator who actually wants to stay ahead, here's exactly what you need to do before the 1st of May. Now, if you're a landlord considering the switch to service accommodation, step 1, check your mortgage. Most buy-to-let mortgages don't actually allow short-term letting, just so you know. So you need to speak to your lender or your broker about switching to a product that actually permits it. Do that part first. Don't skip it. Step number 2, check your local council's position on short-term lets. Some councils require planning permission for a change of use, others don't. The only way you're going to find out is by checking. Some have Article 4 directions in place. This varies massively across the UK. Don't assume your area is the same as someone else's. Pick up the phone, call your planning department, and just ask the question. Step number 3, get your insurance right. Standard landlord insurance is not going to cover you for service accommodation. You need a specialist service accommodation insurance. It's not expensive, but it's essential. If a guest damages your property and you're not covered, that's going to be on you. Now, step 4, learn the operational side before you list the property. Pricing strategy, listing optimization, guest communication, cleaning processes, key management. All of this needs to be in place before your first guest walks through the door, not after. And step 5, serve your information leaflet to existing tenants by the 31st of May. Even if you're planning to transition your property to service accommodation eventually, if you have a tenant in that property right now, you have a legal obligation to serve the prescribed leaflet by the deadline. Don't miss it. Why do you want to get charged for that? Now, if you're an existing Airbnb operator, here's your checklist. Number 1, audit your compliance. Planning permission, council tax, insurance, fire safety, gas certificates. Go through every property and make sure everything is watertight. Enforcement is coming. That £40 million worth of enforcement is coming. Number 2, raise your standards. A wave of new operators is about to enter the market. Most will be average. Your job is to be exceptional. Invest in your guest experience. Upgrade your photography. Tighten your pricing. Those operators who stand out, they're going to swallow this demand that's coming. The ones who blend in, they're going to struggle. It's as simple as that. Number 3, build relationships with landlords. This is the huge opportunity for rent-to-SA and management models. There are landlords right now, probably watching this video, who've got properties that they want to keep, but they don't want to manage under these new rules. If you can offer them a hands-off Airbnb management solution, you have got a pipeline of properties right now that you've ever seen before. And you're going to do that without having to buy a single property. Number 4, watch the data. Keep an eye on your local market. Track the occupancy rates. What are the average daily rates right now? What are the new listing volumes? If your area starts getting saturated, be ready to pivot. Different property types, different guest demographics, different platforms. The landlord and operators who prepare now in the next month or so, they are the ones who are going to come out of this stronger. Everyone else are just going to be left scrambling. I've been in this game long enough to know that every time legislation changes, people panic. Every single time. The people who understand the changes and move fast are the ones who profit. If you're serious about building a serviced accommodation business, whether you're starting from scratch or you've been doing this for years, I can help you do this properly. I've put together a completely free training that walks you through my exact system for setting up and scaling Airbnb properties in the UK. The link is in the description below. Go and watch it. And if you got value from this video, subscribe to the channel right now. Let's get this channel boosted, because I'm going to be covering every single update on this act as it rolls out. You don't want to miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next one.